everybody, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, vlogsters. Vlogsters, look where I'm at. Well, it's Sunday. We woke up, we slept in a little bit. For us, it's a little bit. Probably for you, it was a lot of bit, but you know, we usually get up at 10:30 because of Jim's work schedule or whatever. Today I was up, but we lay in bed till like 11:15, just like an extra 45 minutes. But you know, it really does push your whole day back. But the good news is, I'm just waking up. I'm gonna have my first sip of coffee with you. From the front porch. I need to make myself more comfortable. There we go. That's better. I was trying to figure out a good angle where you aren't gonna get like tons of reflections. So there we decided on the corner with nothing in it. Which is kind of funny because this has got decorations and this has got things and you can see stuff in the window, but yeah, I picked the corner with nothing in it so you won't be distracted. No lampshades on my head this morning. I am hoping that you can hear me okay. I did put double headphones in. There's a lot of birds out here, which I don't mind, and I hope you don't mind either. But I just thought that this would be nice to have a chat from the front porch. I actually have like a balconette table and chairs on the carport that I was thinking I would just sit there. But these chairs are so comfortable, and this is just such a nice, I like my front porch. I do eventually we have plans. What I have here is like shrubs. Very few houses in the neighborhood, but also in Rolla. I don't know if it's a not New York thing because there's not like sidewalks everywhere, but very few. Well, let's put it this way: a minority actually have front walkways. A majority have a walkway to your driveway. So somebody coming to visit you has to walk up your driveway and then walk up the walkway. Now this house, you can tell because of the cement block there that it wasn't meant to do that. It's like there's a front cement porch and then there's a cement carport, and then somebody added later like a little step to connect them. But I'm not from here, so I want a welcoming front walkway, and I have for some time. Now, maybe the reason is because we're on a hill. Like these are I live in the foothills of the Ozark Mountains, so it's very hilly here. You know, multi-level grades and stuff. Maybe that's the reason. Like the few people that do have them, some have like you'll have a little bit of a walkway and then a step and then a walkway and a step. But I think my grade is pretty it's not the word, isn't comparable. Compatible. Couldn't think of the word compatible. I apologize. It's pretty compatible, I think, with like it's a slow enough slope that I think that we could just get like a walkway. We had an angled walkway at one of the first group homes I worked at, and it got icy and I slipped going up the hill. So I had to walk in the snow, but I don't think that that's going to be a problem. Right now, my mailman walks across my grass, and I don't mind that. He does not affecting my grass. I just feel bad for him. When it's rainy, he's got to walk through the mud and stuff, and I don't know. But what I eventually wanted to do is to put the seating area there and just have the walkway be, you know, to the front door. And then I wanted to put a stepping stone path to the carport, if for that rare occasion that you want to go from the front door to the side door. It's shorter to go on the inside. But I do love it out here. I realized that I sit out here when the weather's nice often enough that why haven't I brought you guys out here yet? Which is weird, right? It's usually where I come for quiet, though. That's probably why. Because now I'm doing a lot of talking. That's funny. I did one of those cute little tests on Facebook that said, you know, your ransom note. And the kidnapper would say, I can't turn her off, or I can't shut her up, or something like that. And I was like, yeah, that's about right. It is different here though. I do a lot of talking because if I don't, we'll just stare at each other in dead space. uh, but I love this time where, as much as I love to decorate for holidays, I love this time where my house is just, gets to be my house and it's not decorated for anything else. It's just my everyday decor, except I didn't hang my welcome sign. I have a little welcome sign that fits up on there, and I don't have that hung, but there's a welcome sign by the mailbox. It's just, I don't know, I just love it. The baker's rack I actually found in the garbage and in New York, and my dad and I spray painted it up against the tree until the day that I moved. The tree had the black spray paint line on it. I'm sure eventually it'll chip off. Actually, I shouldn't say till the day I moved. I don't think I looked at it after the storm, so. That was a fun find. Oh, I miss him. I miss him a lot. Do you guys get that way sometimes? Where you keep somebody in your heart so much, and it's just when you have an actual, like, certain memories will trigger your sense of loss again. I mean, I'm sad, I miss him, but that's about me. Him being not in pain and being with his eternal Father is about him. So I'm sad for me for a second, and then I think about how much better he is out of this world. It just makes me sad because it's about me and I miss him. I feel like my sister nailed it on the head at my bridal shower. She's put in my card that my mom would be proud of me. And I feel like every day, I guess because I don't have children to put a different focus on my life, sorry. I didn't expect that to bring you out here in the sunshine and to cry. But I just think about, like, every day, I think that what gets me motivated is making my parents proud. You know, when you have children, your motivation usually focuses to your children. Raising good people, watching them live their lives. But when you don't have children, you could get wallowed down in the what's the purpose in my life type of thing. Obviously doing this is a huge purpose. It's really given me some focus and direction, but I think that my daily motivation is about making my parents proud. Every time I cook something, I think about my dad. Every time I craft something, I think about my mom. Every time I do something that's kind for others, or in the, like, any type of, like, what would be considered like social work sort of thing, even just trying to educate people on a regular basis. You know, I think of my parents, and these are just tiny tears. They're happy tears. I had an amazing life. It was, I mean, I guess everybody's life is extraordinary, because what is ordinary, and the word extraordinary is extraordinary, but what is ordinary, I guess? I don't know. Boring? I don't know that anybody really has a boring life. It might be boring in your eyes because you lived it, but when you tell your story to others, it becomes fascinating. I know that sounds crazy, right? We all have stories that are fascinating. We just don't really know about them, or don't think that they're fascinating because they happen to us. But, you know, I might not have been well off, or, you know, been taken care of in the conventional sort of way. but I wouldn't trade it. It's made me who I am, and it's an extraordinary life. It really has been. So back to these chairs. Let me pull out the pillow. Let me sit back. I got these from a catalog. So there's a catalog called Bry Lane Home. Lane Bryant branched off. It used to be like Lane Bryant's Bry Lane Home. There was like, they were one thing at one time, and then they separated. So like Woman Within, I don't know if you've heard of that catalog. It used to be Romans. I don't even know if they have Romans anymore. Romans at a store. I mean, it was just a whole like life ago I lived. But anyway, the Bry Lane Home has a catalog associated with it called King Size, and the King Size catalog has a lot of plus size stuff in it, like chairs that like recliners that hold up to 400 pounds, and extended toilet seats, that things that you can get when you're like plus size living pretty much. And I found these two chairs on clearance there, and they each came with an ottoman, which are in the shed because there's not really any place to put the ottoman here. But each chair could hold up to 500 pounds, and each ottoman holds up to 150 pounds. So they're made for plus size living. And I've had them since New York. They were on my porch there. I just love them. I do. I just love they're comfortable. The cushions have gotten really faded, and I could custom cover the cushions again, or actually replace the cushions, but I'm fine with it. But you know, it's still comfortable to me. But my balconette set. Oh, another thing is it's super wide. So like if you're wide in your derriere, you don't really get cut in, you know, the cut in parts with the armrests and stuff, but it does have armrests. The balconette set was from Home Depot, and that too is pretty wide in seat, but what I really like about it is its height. It's because it's not as high as a bar stool, it's shorter, and because it's solid like steel, I can get in it really, really easily. I'm 5'6" 3/4", but I know I gotta own that 1/4 inch. I'm just saying. And I know I'm really long on the torso, but exactly like where my tushy bottom hits is right at that level with that chair. So it's really easy for me to get in and out of them when I'm barbecuing and sitting at the table and stuff like that. So I enjoy those as well. I know, I always feel like a shopping resource. I should just work for the shopping channel so you guys can buy stuff. I'm just kidding. I love today. There are things on the to-do list, but they are currently moved to wait list. They've been waitlisted because I told Jimmy I just want to do nothing today and spend the day with you. I actually said to him maybe we'll take a drive just to be a different scenery, like give us a little something different to look at. You know, even him who's had to go to work every day and is the person that goes into the Walmart and stuff, all he's been able to see is home, the store, and Walmart. Like do you know what I mean? So just to change the scenery, I was like, let's just take a drive. We don't have to get out of the car. We could drive through in the city or whatever. It's Sunday, so Chick-fil-A's out, but maybe we'll check on Aunt Sue or something. She's doing pretty well. I check on her over the phone, but she's got, you know, just to have somebody give her a different scenery. But I'd hate to like put her at risk. He wears his mask a lot. He got a mask. The reason you haven't seen mask tutorials is because Jimmy got a mask from Wish, and he paid for rapid delivery because it's got Assassin's Creed on it, and it's got replaceable filters. So I have all that stuff to create masks. I think people should still be wearing masks. The fact that they're going to be opening up, the government wants to reopen. I know it's stressful on a lot of people that are financially struggling, but I get notices from my bill collectors that saying if there's a problem, just contact us. And I know people aren't looking for handouts. They want to earn their way, but this is really a time to hunker down and just be safe. Governor Cuomo from New York actually said it pretty best, because he said, you're not just putting yourself at risk, you're putting me at risk. And it's not just about your life, and it's not just about you, it's about us, it's about we. So he said it's not just about me, it's about we, and I like that. Because you're not just worrying about, well, if I get sick, I get sick. Well, if you get sick, not only can you spread it to the people in the community, to your doctors, to your family, you know, you have to take all that into consideration. I know many of you do, so it's not, I'm not trying to tell you that's what you're not doing. It's just for those few, and there are just a few, but it only takes a few to make it harder for the rest of us. You know, like if they go out and protest and they end up putting a little spike in the curve, then that's just going to make us all be on lockdown longer, which is kind of like counterproductive. But anyway, I know we're not on lockdown, but you know what I'm saying. People think it's like prison, but it's not like prison at all. I've never been to prison, but I've just visited. It's not like prison at all. Hello. Hi, did you not see me sitting here? See you later. This little tiny bird came almost like right up to me. He's so cute. But anyhow, I digress. I actually don't know how anything in my shed is anymore. I have a couple of things in my shed that Jim just won't let me go in the shed anymore. I think he's made it into a disaster area and doesn't want me to get in there and get mad at him. Oh, I tell him all the time, he's like, are you mad? And I'm like, I don't get mad at you. I get frustrated with some of the things, the choices that you make and the things that you do and how you do them. But that's about me. That's about me. When I like things done a certain way, or if I've learned to do something easier or more efficient or whatever, it's really about me and how I react. That's hard. Jim has a little bit of narcissistic disorder. I say a little bit, but really it's a lot. And it's hard to think of anything that happens that isn't about him. And it's one of the recurring things that we talk about a lot is it's like, this is about me for a second. You know, I have to say that a lot when it's describing my feelings, and I'll just be like, it's about me for a second, just for a second, just for a second. It'll be about me. But you know what's really funny? I've got a lot of comments and a lot of people saying a lot of different things to do, and not that anybody's directly encouraging me to leave him. Nobody's saying that. But I know this is going to sound stupid, but narcissists deserve love too. And if we abandon them to themselves, that won't make anything better. Am I wrong? I don't know. I just feel like I know it has to be about me sometimes, and it has to be about my mental health and my physical health. I know that. I have to take care of myself before I can take care of others. I know that. But after I've done all that, I have to decide, is this relationship worth my time, my love. Is he worth my love? Yes, he is. He is. He is worth every struggle. He is worth every headache, every tear, because there's way more smiles, tears of joy, warm hugs. I like warm hugs. Some loud birds. Hopefully they're not too loud in the microphone. But, you know, he deserves it. He has so many inherent good qualities. And it's funny because I mean, I've never met his dad, so I see how his mom and his mom's side of the family can be standoffish, perhaps cold even. And he's so not like that I kind of am like, his dad must have been like the bubbliest or the best or the most affectionate, just to balance. But then sometimes kids learn stuff. When we learn stuff, when we grow up, we consciously make an effort to do the opposite. You know, like if you're a victim of abuse, not everybody who was abused becomes an abuser. Most people, or many people, make a conscious effort to not do that. You know, you'll hear a lot of times you'll be like, I used to get spanked when I was a kid, and I'll make sure I'm never spanking my kid. Like, you've heard that before. So, but he's just so warm and loving. He really is. I'm not gonna cry again. I'm not. Don't look at me. I know I get on here a lot and I complain about him, but I was feeling like, excuse me, air bubble. I was feeling like I was coming on here and giving you pretty balanced perspective, but I realized I was just using this as a tool to vent to my friends. But I love my husband. I love my life. I love the life that we've created together. I love where our future lies. I see the dream, the potential. Like, I love spending time with him, even, you know, during this crazy time where everybody's heightened stress levels are up. I just love it. I love him. I love it. So, yeah. I think I've cried enough over my cup of coffee, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure there's gentlemen out there. So listen, I love you. Remember that somebody out there loves you. Obviously Jesus loves you, or God loves you. Whichever God you believe in, he loves you. And as always, you guys take care. God bless. We'll see you next time. Bye.